Welcome to another despicable episode of the Apocalypse. Since it's the end of your empire and your world, 'tis why I am here. The only reason. Otherwise, I would not be necessary. And before I begin, because fuck the Apocalypse and the goddamn Antichrist and his imp, to bloody hell, I would like to congratulate Mr. Novoselic once more. I cannot stop listening to your wondrous minstrelsy. And I mean all of you. You all did a bloody, excellent fucking job. The music is vivid, is full. I feel like I'm in a cathedral. Produced to the highest quality. Gorgeous. You are a creative motherfucker, and so are the rest of the people in your band. I congratulate you, sir. I commend you, sir. I bow to you, sir. The music is inspiring, is interesting, is different. I even dig and I despise country music. But I understand the different instruments used, and that they can be used in other types of music, sparingly, to really add something. I've noticed that over the years. Even Mr. Michael McCready throws a bit of country element into some of his songs. I guess he digs that. He always wore the cowboy hat for a long time, I believe. If you sprinkle it in sparingly, it can be brilliant. Does that mean I like country music? Absolutely not. Blind Melon is an excellent example. Take a little bit of grunginess, mix it with a tiny bit of country, and you come out with something amazing. In fact, Mr. Novoselic, some of your songs remind me a bit of Blind Melon with the mix, and I dig it. For instance, when I was speaking of Mr. Grohl yesterday, that performance that he did with Josh Homme and Mark Lanigan, in England, I believe, it's on YouTube. There are several videos of that same song at different events. It's hard to find the right one. But there is a right one. And in that song, Song for the Dead, where Mr. Grohl performed, magnificently, by the way, proved he's the best fucking rock drummer that's ever lived. In that moment. They use a tabletop kind of slide guitar very sparingly for just like 2 parts in the song. And my God, it adds so much. One of the guitar players actually stops playing his regular guitar so he can operate the little slide. It's brilliant. And that's an element of country music, just a tiny bit thrown into the song. And it makes it bloody amazing. I dig that. And that is what Mr. Novoselic and his band has done as well. Sprinkled in a little country. And I must say, whoever that motherfucker is playing the square guitar, Mr. Novoselic, he plays one mean fucking solo on that song. I was like, damn, I'm fucking digging this. A fucking man with a square face. I don't know who he is. He's amazing, whoever he bloody is, Mr. Novoselic. Where did you find these people? My God. That's fucking solo he busts out on that square fucking Bayou guitar. My God, man. I was like, oh shit. Look at this motherfucker. You think he's funny looking with the square guitar? He can play his fucking ass off. He'll bust a solo with the slide and a piece of shit square Bayou guitar. Doesn't give a fuck. It was incredible. I'm so impressed, Mr. Novoselic. Well bloody done, and my God, what I missed out on. And I made an error in yesterday's video. I believe there's only volume 1 and 2 albums of this magnificent music. I don't like every song, that's not what I'm saying. But there are 5 or 6 so far. I have not really had the time to go through all of it. 5 or 6 that are just fucking solid. And that song, Pretend, Mr. Novoselic, that's a goddamn masterpiece. Not that the rest of the songs are not right at that level. You were not fucking around, even though you had some fun with it. I can tell, sir. And I can't stop listening to your stuff. Such a welcome surprise. On shite earth, you've managed to impress death. Mr. Novoselic. Do you know how rare that is? And I am here for a reason. But that is another topic. So glad to hear something so bloody wonderful before the end. Well fucking done. I so dig it. I hope you make more. Not that you need to. That work you did on volume 1 and 2 is enough, my God. And that song Pretend is a fucking masterpiece. I don't know how you beat that one. Hopefully you'll try. Your whole group. Excellent musicians, top fucking notch. Boy, did you, Mr. Novoselic, find the right fucking people. Twice. Shit. I wish I had your luck, sir. I'd be a lot happier, I'm sure. And you've proven again, sir, that it wasn't just Cobain that had some fucking talent on that stage. You and Mr. Grohl. I'm so impressed I cannot express it adequately. Anyway, let's begin with the apocalypse of the shitty, smelly Antichrist that makes Secret Service agents get a look on their face as if their soul is literally being ripped from their body and they're trying to resist. Let's begin. We are going to work from Saturday morning till now. Saturday was yesterday. Technically, it was probably 2 days ago if it's after 12 a.m., but you know what I'm saying. It's still Sunday night to me, son. Damn you. Anyway, Jason Bassler, the libertarian. If you've done nothing wrong, you've got nothing to worry about. People keep quoting that statement. That is the statement the law has always used on us as they increase the level of surveillance and misery in our lives over the decades. Intruded more and more on our rights and privacy. You know, like a camera peeping in your daughter's window from Mr. Langley. Like that. We're almost to the final place they want to get with it. And don't worry, we'll get there. It's too late, son, I'm sorry. It says it in the story. And so much of it, what was written, has already come. So we must assume the rest will come, no matter what we want. So no, if that is a terrible concept. Everyone deserves privacy, and we have a right to fucking privacy. Mr. Langley has no goddamn right just because the CIA says, go ahead, son, here's some money, put the surveillance state up for us, because if we do it, we'll get thrown out of government for violating people's rights. So we just use private companies to violate people's rights now, and then we buy the information. That's the way around all of our rights. It's been going on since George Bush Jr. Now we're at the maximum expression, where Mr. Langley literally has a camera right outside your daughter's window. Aren't you happy? You voted R. You voted Hitler. Right-wing politics hasn't been nothing but soft Nazism since 1945. Tiny toddlers. I'm sorry. No, I don't want to debate you on it. You're not smart enough. Not even close. Hence your vote for R. Which really should have been a vote for E. It was. E for the goddamn end. Again, I wouldn't be here otherwise. So, the false premise of if you've done nothing wrong, you've got nothing to worry about as we search every inch of your apartment. Just let us in. You're not a criminal, are you? You know, half the cops on the fucking force have a prior record. Cunts. 71% of Flock's alerts were false. And the CEO of Flock is Garrett Cunt Langley, the peeping Tom at your daughter's window. The most prolific one. Never forget that. One driver was stopped 6 times after Flock's algorithms mistook a 9 for an 8. Yes, it's great when it makes mistakes and your life gets fucking ruined. And you have to interact with the cops that may execute you, shoot you in the face or the back or wherever, because they had a bad day. Or maybe you called them a fuckface, and they took that as the okay to kill you. A shame so many of you believe you have the right if I call you a fuckface to your face or say fuck your mother to your face. You still don't have the right to kill me. Because if you have the right to kill me for that, then I have the right to kill you, don't I? Cunts. No, that would be wrong if I pulled a gun on your ass, right? Because I got pissed off. But you can pull a gun on me and shoot me in the fucking face if I tell you to fuck your mother. That's some backwards ass shit right there. And that shit will have every goddamn one of you in the fucking lake. Just because you have a badge and a gun does not mean you have the right to execute someone because you're mad they didn't respect your authority. Cunt charcoal. Oinking his fucking way to the lake. There are so many. I met 2 that some fat pillhead sent one evening. Right here. Cunts. Lake fodder and all that fat will help you burn. You'll be burning right next to Mr. Langley, the peeping Tom, at my goddamn daughter's window. Constant surveillance, constant suspicion. We are all now guilty until proven innocent. Yes, a camera looking in your daughter's window is exactly that. Guilty until proven innocent. And that's what that premise is. If you've got nothing to hide, then let us look at your bank account, your phone records. Let us check under your bed. Let us look in your closets. Let us stick our finger up your ass. Oh, I don't know if you know, Judge Boxerwine in the past few days withdrew her case against Mr. Hearn, the ex-Olympian, that they lied about, knowingly lied about. The entire Reich, Judge Boxerwine, and Donny Shitbags. And they should all be removed from office just for that alone. Knowingly lying and indicting a U.S. citizen. The Attorney General should go. Several cabinet heads should go. They defamed the shit out of this man. They knowingly lied about him. They still do to this day. Miss Pirro, Judge Box of Wine, is still lying about this man until this moment. I hope he sues the fuck out of all of you for defamation. And my God, if there's anyone that deserves a settlement, it's him. So Judge Boxerwine withdrew the case because she has no goddamn evidence, and she knew she was lying before she gave the press conference announcing the indictment. And so did you, every human on this planet, yet we went along with the goddamn charade. That will be our doom. That's what they wanted you to do. Go along with all the charades and cross your fingers, hoping for midterms or four-year elections. That's a goddamn fantasy, and I told you that before you made the mistake of going in the booth and voting R again. He's never leaving. And the empire's over, and so's the world. And I despise you for it. For all time. Ron Filipkowski. At any other time, the false Hearn indictment under the demand of the president would result in impeachment and removal, but naked corruption and thuggery doesn't matter anymore. And this isn't even the worst scandal of the day after Trump accused Minnesota of domestic terrorism. Yes, he's a traitor who just covered for the enemy. Whether he wanted to do that or not doesn't matter. The reason doesn't matter. They lied about people and this man, that someone cut the reflecting pool, when Donny and a mobster kept all the money, slapped some blue paint, and ruined it by driving over it. Every human on the planet knew he was lying, and the whole government was lying. And we all went along. That's why it's over. The Savannah Police Department says 6 employees have been placed on administrative leave after an internal audit found potential misuse of the department's Flock safety license plate reader. It seems the most use that Flock is getting instead of solving crime, and I've seen the statistics to fucking prove it. People in authority abusing it to stalk people. That's the main use for Flock. Eventually it'll be used for the right to round you up. Stuff like that. In my opinion, from what I have seen, the greatest, most prolific use of Flock is not to stop crime, it is to stalk people by Flock employees and policemen. And to look in little girls' gymnasiums. Right, Mr. Vice President? I know. It was a test, right, sir? The lake will be a test as well. Don't mind the fire. It's just a goddamn test. I must take a break now. See you in a moment. Let us move quickly. And then I'll continue. Sunglasses might not be a good idea. It is nighttime. Mr. Novoselic, I was just thinking again outside how wonderful that music is. Well done, sir. I could not be more impressed. The songs are in my head. That's what you want if you make music, that's for sure. The odds of hooking up with Cobain and then hooking up with these people, my God, the odds against that ever happening. Jesus. It's magic. It reminds me of the Sneaker Pimps. That one album, fucking magic. The music, the singing, every fucking thing. It was meant to be damn fine work. It reminds me of that. Anyway, let us get back to the goddamn apocalypse, unfortunately. So we've got 6 officers in the Savannah Police Department. And again, every one of these stories I read you from every department, remember there are thousands of officers that are doing this. And the only reason they're being held accountable, I want to make this very fucking clear. There's only one reason, has nothing to do with you or any police department's concern for you. Absolutely fucking not. It has to do with what they don't know. It has to do with the beast system being implemented. The surveillance network is part of that. It's an integral part of that. Why it's being pushed, even though they know all of you hate it. They don't care, they got money. So fuck you. Camera peeping in your daughter's window, whether you like it or fucking not. Camera in your car peeping at your fucking face and your children's faces, whether you like it or not. Fuck you. That's what we get from corporate America and our government now. That's the route they have chosen to go. So for every one of these cases that I read you again, remember, there are thousands more, and the only reason they're disciplining and removing these officers is to protect this surveillance apparatus which they know you all hate, and this is a legitimate way for it to disappear. Outrage by citizens being stalked by police officers. Every day I see these stories, 9 or 10 of them, a day. These are just the ones we hear about. Son, it's a goddamn nightmare. And when you're the poor schmuck that has a fuck up regarding your plate, name, whatever, and the cops get a fucking call or a text or however it fucking works, or do a query, or it pops up as an emergency because you're labeled a goddamn murderer on your way to get fucking milk. It's already happened. That's the risk you run, and you'll wake up and go about your day and never know an officer is coming to kill you. I fucking hate you. You know who you are. Donnie threatens to keep Todd Blanche as acting AG, says he will keep the $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund alive. I'm not going to read this. This is about the 4th threat. This was yesterday. Donnie has yelled from the mountaintops, I really want to steal $1.8 billion from your stupid mark asses. And some of you marks gave him the keys. How fucked up is that? How stupid are fucking you? Jesus Christ. Congressional candidate shoots 4 flock cameras. Independent congressional candidate, Tennessee District 2, Adam Lee Heimerman, has been arrested for shooting 4 flock cameras with a gun. I commend you, Patriot. Good to see there are some patriots, because the ones that say they're patriots are goddamn traitors. Here's a real patriot. Would you like to see him? That's what a real patriot looks like, Jed. In case you're wondering. You know, you're the one with the, Jed, you're the one with the Hillary Clinton dummy in your backyard and the sticks, shooting it with your AR-15. I'm talking to you. You're not the good guy. You're a Satanist. Whether you are smart enough to understand that concept or not, fucking meaningless. The good guy right here. You're dead. You were dead before you were born. You never were. You were never alive. This man was, though. This man is, and always will be. You, on the other hand, charcoal, lake. A Habersham County deputy was fired and arrested after he allegedly used the department's flock license plate reader system for reasons unrelated. So he was stalking someone. 10 of these a day, at least, representing thousands more. And I goddamn hate you. You know what? I'm not going to read these Iran ones until later. You know what? I will read it. From yesterday. Iran directly warns that any U.S. or Israeli attack on Iran's energy infrastructure, because Donnie's been threatening for the past few days, and it's always when the market is closed. He wants to attack every weekend, not hurt his grift in the market. Tell his lie that there's a deal 2-3 times a day to pump the market and grift that way on the backs of dead bodies that he killed. So Donnie's been making some big threats, and we'll get to them. We'll send the entire Middle East back to the Stone Age, dismissing the U.S.'s new bombing plans as a delusion, Netanyahu has whispered in Trump's ear. We already know Bibi is scared, otherwise he'd be bombing right now. He has not bombed in weeks. Months, maybe. Except for Gaza. Gaza doesn't shoot back, though. Iran does. Hence Bibi not bombing them. And that's the only goddamn reason. We don't have enough missiles to protect Israel anymore. The only reason Donnie is not bombing them into the Stone Age right now. Bibi's not the only one scared. Someone else is scared. To drop bombs, can you goddamn believe it? I'll save that for the end. They think that in 2 days the market is closed, they can deliver a decisive and rapid blow to us and force surrender. Yeah, they've tried that every weekend for like 6 months. It didn't work. It is a delusion that Netanyahu has whispered into Trump's ear, said spokesman for the Iranian parliament. If a strike is made on Iran, we will return the entire region and its facilities to the Stone Age sun. They can do it. They can do it more now than they could 6 months ago. Why? Because the Middle East, Israel, and America had plenty of interceptor missiles then. They don't anymore. The Middle East is fucking a naked target right now. Iran knows that. Israel is almost a naked target right now, hence Bibi not bombing. Iran knows that. The United States is not bombing either. The top U.S. general in Europe has directly warned the Pentagon in written private notification that he no longer has enough Navy destroyers to keep protecting Israel from Iranian missiles and will be forced to prioritize the U.S. homeland over Israel. Hence, Bibi not bombing, exactly what I've been telling you for a week and a half. Now it's confirmed by our own military. Can you goddamn believe it? Here's Donnie regarding Miss Pirro dropping the case against Mr. Hearn regarding the reflecting pool that Donnie lied about, and we all knew it, and we just went along, and this man got indicted, and his whole life fucked up. He lost several employment opportunities. It's not funny at all. It is no minor inconvenience when the Reich ruins your fucking life. I disagree 100% with Jeanine Pirro, the U.S. attorney, on the reflecting pool. I don't know what she was thinking. To me, it was a pure case of vandalism. Why should she be sued for defamation? Mr. Hearn, I hope you and your lawyer are paying attention. File the suit no matter what. That included the grass, which had a big 8647. Donnie posted a picture of that, emblazoned in giant letters on it, and other elements of the surrounding area. There may have been some contractor difficulty. Oh, Donnie's admitting contractor difficulty now all of a sudden. But the major damage was caused by vandals. Again, sue for defamation, Mr. Hearn and everyone that was arrested. So goddamn dangerous. Flock Safety CEO Garrett Langley, or the most prolific peeping Tom at your daughter's window that has ever walked the air, is expected to attend the August 24th Knox County, Tennessee Commission hearing. Just thought I'd let you know. Mr. Langley is letting everyone know where we are. It's only fair, Mr. Peeping Tom, is it not? Like the Gestapo and Doge making all those lists. Guess what? Little children, everyone is making lists on you too. There are entire websites devoted to it. And a man gave a wonderful speech to a couple of Moscow Gestapo that thought they were immune the other day. He told them, we the judge, son. We're going to go through every list, every name, every file. How did the Gestapo and the brown shirts end up under Hitler's regime? Well, most men of anywhere from 20 to 50 years old were killed at the front or defending Germany in its last moments. So there weren't many of those left. So they all goddamn died. The ones that did live got goddamn hanged and hunted to the ends of the earth. Their leader shot himself in a bunker like a coward as they all died. Responsible for the deaths of millions, as Donnie will be by the end of this. How did the last Reich end up? Brown shirts, Mouse Gestapo? Can you answer that question? How did Mussolini end up? The same way you'll end up. Guaranteed. Either by the hand of Christ or the hand of the people. One or the other. That is your only fate. Nothing else. I wouldn't want to be you, no matter what you'd do to me. The lake still awaits, son, for all of you, including your imp that you don't even know you serve. Isn't that a bitch? You don't even know you're a Satanist. You don't even know you're of Satan. You will, son, don't worry. You'll be burning right beside him. You can talk for all eternity. And your mask will be removed. For all to see, either by the hand of man or the hand of God. Chiseled in bloody granite. No matter what happens to me or anyone else, all that awaits is fire. Nothing more for the imp and you. The imp that is so proud and so mediocre. The only fate, the only future. Fire. I wouldn't want to be the imp either. Ron Filipkowski, Trump regime, bomb a girls' elementary school, zero consequences for anyone, refusal to accept responsibility, and Donnie straight up lies about the dead that he killed. Children, mind you. ICE shoots innocent people, zero consequences are accepted. Yes, masked murderers sent out to be masked and murder and kidnap. That is their literal mission. Indict someone on false evidence, zero consequences or acceptance of responsibility, and defame the man to this day, right, Donnie? Mr. Adjudicated Defamer. Don't worry, Donnie, it'll all be over soon. It'll be rather hot, but it will be over. Don't worry. Meta's smart glasses, or Zuck's pedo glasses, that's what I call them, could be banned in Germany and the rest of EU. Hamburg Data Protection Commissioner Thomas Fuchs, Meta's lead regulator in Germany, says his office tested the glasses, found the recording LED too easy to miss. And I'm sure Peter Thiel and the CIA could access it all day, whether the light's on or not. As well as all the other devices out there. Look, Zuck is a pedo. So it makes sense that he would make pedo glasses. Plus, he's been CIA funded for a long time. I know that now for certain. I can just tell by how integral he is. Thiel, Leon, Zuck, Gates, all of them. It's the same story, man. Bezos, they didn't just make it on their own with some great idea. CIA fucking A. Only reason they got to be moguls and do what the fuck ever they want, and we cannot get rid of them. And their businesses always get bailed out if necessary. You think that's magic? No, that's called the CIA. And what they want, and they need private world to do it. Private world for the CIA literally works directly fucking for them. Zuck, Leon, Thiel, Altman, Cokehead Cop, Bill Gates, all of them! Naught but a puppet of the CIA and where they want to take society. The Nazis! They confirmed 10 years of me saying the CIA had a Nazi problem. And I learned that once I realized George Bush Sr. was a Nazi. Via his New World Order speech. And I was right. How do I know that? Leon and Thiel are at the top of the tree. Both South African Nazis. Straight up. Haircuts, Nazi salutes, and all. Therefore, if the CIA makes them fucking kings, there's a reason for that, why those two specifically were invited in and taking the top seats. Because the CIA has a goddamn Nazi problem. And they share the same ideology as those two cunts. That's why they were invited in and they will never go away. That's why they get so much of your fucking welfare money. Can't get fucking rid of them. So Zuck's a goddamn pedo, so's Thiel, so's Leon. All three of them are in the fucking files. Zuck asked for Mr. Epstein's phone number after his dinner with him, for fuck's sake. I bet he goddamn did. So, of course, Zuck would make pedo glasses for the CIA. It seems the Nazis have a pedo problem as well. How many of those agents in the CIA that are Nazis are pedophiles as well? Maybe that's why they like Mr. Langley so much and his apparatus and are funding it. Perhaps that's why they like Mr. Zuckerberg and his pedo glasses and his operation. I said many years ago I always had this suspicion. It came to me almost immediately as social media and Facebook was blooming out of nowhere. That's called the CIA again, by the way. I realized very quickly on, and I've told you this many times over the years, social media is naught but this: a CIA idea for you to go and put pictures of your children, yourself, or your political beliefs, your religious beliefs, your threats, your angers, your vents, what you do every day. What's that called, son? A dossier on you and your family. They don't have to tap your phone. I've given this speech many times over the years. They don't have to tap your phone. They don't have to put a bug in your house. You go to Facebook, put your entire goddamn life with pictures and everything, where you work, everything. How you vote, your political beliefs. So, little children, the magical blooming of social media, when it began, was a CIA-funded and bred idea for us dumbass marks out here to make a dossier on ourselves for them. That should be quite clear to you right about now. That's why Zuck has never gone away. That's why Mr. Bezos never goes away. Leon, they'll never go away. And there is always, and I mean always, tax breaks, rule exceptions, and welfare available for them. That is not by accident. That is called the CIA. They are all interlinked. We will never be rid of them, lest we do it ourselves or the man does it. One of those two outcomes will be the end of this. For Zuck and his pedo glasses. The U.S. says Iran is likely behind coordinated cyber attacks on water systems in at least 7 U.S. states since Monday. Well, we know how that turned out. The president accused Minnesota of it and covered for the enemy and committed treason. And that's where we're at. Stop calling them detention centers. I've been thinking this for a long time, and I've told you it as well. That term is propaganda. They're concentration camps, literal concentration camps where people die. Seacott was one of the first. You never leave Seacott. Next up, the homegrowns. Your Antichrist shitty Messiah said that. They are concentration camps, and that's what they were always meant to be. These are Nazis, for fuck's sake. Did you think we would not have concentration camps with Nazis? They're concentration camps paid for with U.S. taxes to hold people captive, torture, kill, and traffic them for profit of billionaires. Yes, we have a human trafficking operation that is the only thing the U.S. prison system has ever been. And the ICE Gestapo prison system, that's really all it's ever been. Access to many young women and children. A very valuable commodity in this world. Human trafficking operations. Greg Abbott, Paxton. They're jailer buddies, they're concentration camp buddies. Human trafficking operation. Was never anything but. paid for with U.S. taxes to hold people captive, torture, kill, and traffic them for profit of billionaires and to satisfy the egos of rapists, pedophiles, racists, and abusers. Yep. And this group, including Paxton, Abbott, Donny, and the whole major right wing, we're finding a lot of pedophiles under many rocks there. Have you noticed? They seem to love human trafficking. Mr. DeSantis in Florida, Mr. Abbott in Texas, Donny himself, ICE in the concentration campman. You've got a whole operation going. You can paint it a certain way here. The man will look at it as straight up, all of you are human traffickers. That's simple. The lake awaits, son. You'll wish for the wheelchair again when you get there. You will wish you were never freed from it when you get there. But you know all, don't you, Mr. Abbott? I'm sure. Another death in ICE custody, Prisciliano Trejo Ricano. One of their favorite tricks is getting someone to the point where they're almost about to die, and then they release them so they don't die in the place, in the camp. They've done this many times. He might be one of them. Remember, Inbred Markwayne made an announcement, or that department made an announcement. We're not going to announce the people that die outside the camp, people that we've released. So the trick will be, when they see someone's about to die, whatever they've done to them, throw them out on the street. He didn't die in a concentration camp. He died after we released him. The same logic as the policeman who died the day after J6 after being beaten by 4,000 people. And there was even one human cunt on the planet saying it was natural causes. Every human cunt that said that, guess where you're going? Concentration camps, call them nothing else, for that is what they are. And if you're worried we're not quite at the extermination phase, don't fucking worry. We'll get there, and I knew that 10 years ago. Why, I hate you again. What little cunt children can't fathom, I knew would take place. What little cunt children never concern their worthless selves with, I knew would take place. Because of you. Ron Filipkowski, so many sneering elitist journalists with snarky posts over the past months that the Reflecting Pool story was trivial. It was so trivial that the DC U.S. attorney presented false evidence to a grand jury to indict an innocent man to please the president while they both lied about it. Knowingly, maliciously lied about it. Let's get lawyerly here, for that is reality. With malice. With intent to harm, all based on a knowingly false premise. They had constant fatigues, harass anyone that went near the Reflecting Pool, arrest several people over the course of days, not a one of them guilty of anything. The pedophile with a shitty diaper is the guilty one. Cunts! Go arrest him. We had people be arrested by men with machine guns. That will burn, of course. I should say charcoal with machine guns. The hand of Satan, the hand of the Antichrist, the hand of the Reich. You're not but that. I don't care how nice and good you think you are. Then they indict a man after arresting him. Again, no minor inconvenience having a man in fatigues wave a gun in your face and put cuffs on you for a lying fat pedophile and for his imp. No minor inconvenience. In fact, it could cost you your life. $123,000 flock cameras in the US as of August 1st. Look at how many there were 3 years ago. Look at how many there are now. And be horrified. And notice the intensity or the intensification took place immediately once Donnie took over. Because it's an integral part of the beast system, what Donnie and the Ghoul and all of them planned for a long time. Whether they know it's the beast system or not, I could fucking care less. They're worthless toddlers. Destined to burn. That flock, that surveillance system, that's integral to all of it. The drones, the mark, all of it. I'd like to see some technological advancement that isn't surveillance. Yes, every new invention seems to go to the Department of War first. Area 51 or fucking God knows where. To be used to kill people. And the biggest push I've ever seen humanity ever make, which is why I goddamn despise humanity. The beast system, the surveillance state. I've never seen a push by more men and women to make this happen than this. Fucking cunts. Anyone that has a kind word to say about any of it, I fucking hate you. You're a mouthpiece to make the beast system, whether you know what that is or not, I could fucking care less. It's the end of the empire and us all and the entire world destined for slavery. That's where it would take us for all time. Your worthless existence and the Reich that implements it. That's the plan. By a greaseman named Pete Thale, who survived on your welfare his entire life, and yet despises you and wants you dead. Leon as well. Fat, worthless South African. Daddy's boy. Wants you dead. Yet takes truckloads of welfare from you for what you produce. Isn't that fascinating? Ungrateful, ingrate cunts that will burn. That is what Leon and Greasy Pete are. Along with Cocaine Cop. The New York Times is reporting that at least 7 states have had their water infrastructure targeted by Iranian cyber attacks. Yesterday, Trump blamed Minnesota because Donnie's a goddamn traitor. Always was. Trump Media has officially launched its new paid data service, providing faster access to true social posts from President Trump. So businesses can now, and we all know what it is. He didn't hide it. They didn't lie about it. Donnie said straight up, you want quicker access so you can bet on the market before everyone else? You want in on this grift? Before everyone else, you pay me. I can't have you all making all this money and not giving me a piece. Flat out, straight up grift announced by him and sold. 100,000 apiece. There are no marks like American marks. For American marks are the purest marks. They prove they care nothing for their future or their empire, their kingdom, their own homes, their own lives, or the lives of their children. They thought so little of it that they sold a WWF wrestling performance and they voted for it. There is only one answer to that riddle, and the answer is you didn't care about your future, the kingdom, your children, or yourself, or your fellow citizens. You simply just handed it over because it was Fun. For nothing. To nothing. I was thinking about that earlier today. How little you thought of yourself, your wife, your children, your home, your country, your fellow citizens, your world. You saw Hulk Hogan, the equivalent of it, body slam someone, and you voted for that. You value nothing. Why it's over. Oh, this theater we saw with the Moroccans entering Spain. They use that as a talking point, the right wing across the world. Another caravan, another invasion of foreigners. It was straight up set up by Bibi Netanyahu, Donny Shitbags, and the leader of Morocco. All those caravans before, all financed, funded by the right wing, and made a thing. Promises made to very poor and desperate people to make the journey, money handed out. That's Donny. That's the right wing. This invasion of foreigners was financed by people. I get that now. Russia, Israel, other places. There's a reason it took place. There's a reason 60,000 fucking Moroccans just show up out of nowhere. That's coordination, funding, promises made. Then it was used as a talking point by Donny how Europe's invasion and that'll happen here. My God. Fucking disgusting. What's even worse, once Spain turned these people back, what happened when they tried to go back over their own border by their own people? Many of them were murdered. Because the point was to invade Spain, the point of Mr. Bibi Netanyahu's, Mr. Donny Shitbags, and the leader of Morocco's plan. They couldn't have them running back over the border now. Theater for a pedophile and a war criminal who will both burn. All the event was, all those other caravans as well. But you voted for WWF, you liked the theater. Now it's over. Forever. And you will see horrors that you could never fathom. Trading firms pay up to $100,000 a month to get his market-moving posts milliseconds before the public. This is another post about Donny's grift, one of millions of grifts. The market manipulation is celebrated and sold as a commodity. And the people that run the market are going right along. They know Donny's lying as well, yet they still hit the button to raise that number. Don't try and say an algorithm's doing it, son. I'm way too smart for that. Going to take another break. It's not fun watching 1984 become a real-world thing. It really isn't. You have to have a certain level of intellect to even see it coming, though, don't you? Or a certain level of concern, at least. Hey. Do it again. All right, where was I? This doesn't exist. He's insane. Exactly what I thought when I read the post. I wasn't even going to talk about it. Then I came across it again, and someone said exactly what I thought when I looked at it. Donnie posted the arch yesterday. The triumphal arch prior to affixing the magnificent statues and artwork, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You know what does exist? Your doom. Because of this cunt. Yes, he's insane, and that was obvious way before 2015. It was obvious he wanted to sleep with his daughter. Shit, he said it out loud. Some other things were obvious as well, I won't say out loud. Obviously, he was always a sociopath and psychopath and criminal. It's a goddamn farce that any Christian or alleged Christian churches, right-wing conservative family values leaders, all in quotes, of course, because ain't a damn one of them that. They all freaks behind closed doors, my God. Any of you to dare make an argument for that monstrosity, even prior to 2015, I mean, just a goddamn joke. You're nothing but of the devil, son. You proved it from that minute forward. Ain't a one of you fucking Christian. The man will not take kindly to that family values people promoting him and making him happen by the goddamn way. Malcolm Nance with an assessment. Did Trump and Rubio plan on encouraging Morocco to use migrant warfare against Spain to punish it for not supporting the Iran war? Yep. And not supporting Israel? Yes. And Bibi Netanyahu is part of this too. Yep. He's saying it straight up, Malcolm Nance, letting you know what happened. These borders images look just like the Russian-backed, what is this? MW operations on Finland and Poland's border. Russia has been filling Europe with immigrants, financing it, making promises. Bibi's been helping with that as well. Trump says he will run the midterms on these images. In 2019, Netanyahu's son Yair called for Morocco to seize of Quetta and Melilla. If the PM Pedro Sanchez government falls over this event, we should seriously investigate if it was DC that planned the coup d'etat. It wasn't just DC, it was Bibi. It was the Moroccan leader. They've been doing this for years. And then we see the pictures of it on TV. And we say, them damn foreigners. Europe's being invaded. America's being invaded. No, there's a finance coordinated thing going on to make Europe fall and America fall. And our government's allowed it. Why, I don't know. So this event was complete fiction. All them caravans you saw south of the border leading up to, and it always happened right around when the elections. You notice that, assholes? All financed, all coordinated, all not real. Same as this. And the second Donnie used it as a talking point, I had read none of this yet. I knew it was fake at that moment. America's going to get invaded like Spain. We can't have that. Second I heard that, okay, it was fake. Never mind. Then I hear all the intelligence assessments. Yeah, the Moroccan leader did it. Bibi, Donnie. Straight up. To be used as a talking point, people die, get killed, end up in jail, get hit over the head with a rock by guards at the border, Moroccan border that don't want the people back. Because then they can't keep the checks. that they got for doing it. Donnie went on a rash of posts yesterday. This one, first he starts with treason, Trump 2028. This is what the president is doing. Committing treason right in your face. Promoting treason. Utter traitor. Everyone who follows him is a traitor as well to this nation, by the way. And if you were wondering if the crazy man in sunglasses was correct, that he's the goddamn Antichrist, take a look at this. This should make it quite clear. Because it screams it, son. Goddamn screams it. I hate you. Kissing a gold Jesus AI rendering. I fucking hate you. Tell me that motherfucker ain't the Antichrist now. Tell me, son. Tell me he's not the fucking Antichrist. Fuck out of here. Kissing a gold the Antichrist in an AI rendering has his lips on a gold Jesus. Oh my God, Donnie might as well be screaming it from the mountaintops. And again, that's after treason. He posted that offensive offense to Christianity. A goddamn abject pedophile and criminal. Acting like he has any love for Christ or God or anything but the grift. Utter offense to Christianity. That picture's a fucking abomination. Now we're at annexation. So Adolf starts with treason, just like Adolf Hitler committed against his country. Then Adolf goes to, and he's even worse than Adolf Hitler because he thinks he's God. He wants your worship, son. And he wants the glory of Christ, hence himself rendering himself as Christ and posting it. You cunts of Satan, I hate you. Who made this a thing? So Adolf's now going to go to annexation talk. And he's already annexed the country, so spare me the debate that he would never do that. He's just joking. If I had a nickel for every time I heard that, I'd be a millionaire. All I heard, every Donnie joke for this past 10 years, all I heard was the end of the empire and the end of the world. I heard the sound of it. Every joke Donnie made. And every time I heard some fucking worthless seal come to me or anyone, he was just joking. Okay. So again, Adolf goes from treason, saying he's not leaving office when he's supposed to then blasphemy against Christ and Christianity and God. And then he goes to annexation. He wants Greenland still, and he will take Greenland. That's where we at with the psycho. That was yesterday. There's more. Rick Wilson. I think Russia's financial situation is so dire they've stopped paying American influencers they've been known to pay. Yep. Tenet media scandal in U.S. where Russians were paying Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, Lawrence Southern, Dave Rubin hundreds of thousands of dollars a month to tweet pro-Russian prop. That's disappeared. Host. Is that common knowledge that they were actually being? Yes, it's very common. There were a whole bunch of articles. People got removed from social media. It was a huge, verified thing. Not a goddamn one of them gave the money back. They all knew where the money was coming from. I don't believe a word any one of them says. They're all traitors to Canada, America, and to me and you. They're scumbags who sold us all the fuck out and lied to a very gullible, stupid populace for fucking money from our enemy. So yes, it's verified, Miss Host. Trying to do him a solid. Fuck you. Let the man speak. Because we all know it's the truth. It's already been verified. We know Tim Pool's a scumbag and took at least 400,000 from Vlad. And he knew it. Give a fuck what he says into that shitty microphone. I didn't know. Yeah, you thought you were worth 400 G's, right, Tim? Fuck out of here. You're a goddamn Neanderthal. I could watch you for 1,000,000 years. I'd never learn a goddamn thing. Every second of it would be a waste of my goddamn time. You already showed me you a spy for Russia, son. Fuck would I listen to anything you ever had to say for? Before that, you showed me you weren't intelligent. You belong in a goddamn trailer park. Fuck out of here. And you're gay, too. Obvious. So many of Benny Johnson's. Obvious. And you're a plagiarist. Twice. These are the people that took checks from Russia to ruin Canada and ruin America. Wilson, 100% public story, legal filing. The Department of Justice went after Tenet Media because they were accepting money for these influencers to go out and take pro-Russian stance. Yeah, it's verified. Miss Host. Vlad stopped paying. You know how I know that? Timmy the traitor stuck up for Ukraine the other day. He would never do that. Lest the checks stop coming. Now we need to go a different direction. Closer to reality. Because the Russian money stopped coming. Stopped coming for a lot of people. Ukraine's winning. Despite Donnie not helping. Donnie didn't expect that. Neither did Vlad. They didn't expect Iran fucking them all up either, Bibi and Donnie. Yeah, Tim Pool is changing his spots a little bit. That told me the checks stop coming. Rick is 100% right. Oh, Donnie posted this too. He equates himself to Elvis, even though he's a fat 400-pound piece of shit in a diaper. He's never worked out a day in his life. Posted himself as Elvis yesterday. After the annexation, Adolf Hitler talk, after the blasphemy on Jesus Christ, and after treachery, promoting treason, screaming from the mountaintops he's a traitor, openly promoting himself running in 2028 for, I don't know, the 100th time just in the second term. It was all a big joke during the first term. I heard that from so many of you. He's just joking. He's just joking. Then a coup happened. Now we just joking again, right, assholes? He equates himself to Elvis. He wants the glory of Elvis Presley. He wants the glory of Jesus Christ. He posted himself as Jesus Christ. He wants the glory of the Pope. He posted himself as the Pope. He posted himself as Atlas. He posted himself as a muscle-bound football player in nut shorts. He posts his face over Greenland, a territory that he's threatening to steal. He posts himself kissing a cross with Jesus Christ on it. In gold, of course. What else? Because Jesus was all about gold. Antichristo. Not anti-Crisco. Anti-fucking-Christo. A example of our dystopian 1984 state we already live in. A 22-year-old student teacher in Illinois sent a private Snapchat message to her boyfriend and two roommates. A Snapchat where it's supposed to disappear. All the kiddies love it. Everybody loves it. They can send, cock pictures and naked pictures of themselves and it goes away. All that great stuff. Or you could, commit treason, the ghoul, JD Van, use Signal or whatever where these messages disappear. Let's see if they really disappear. A student had walked up to her laptop and deleted her lesson plan mid-class. Frustrated, she typed something like, "Should I shoot him?" with a gun emoji, venting 4 people private group chat. An hour later, police walked into her school and arrested her. Here's what happened in between. Snapchat's AI scanned the private message, flagged it as a potential threat, automatically reported it to the FBI. The FBI forwarded it to local law enforcement. Deputies arrived at the school within the hour. She cooperated immediately, handed over her phone. When shown the message, she said, "Oh yeah, okay, I'm realizing that was a bad joke. I did not mean it at all, serious at all." Yeah, that was kind of obvious. That it wasn't serious. But AI. So, if you use Snapchat, you are being surveilled utterly. Live. As you're typing. So you best be real careful what you say. Because the FBI could have the cops there within the hour. I would never use Snapchat again. If you're smart. Holy fuck. And it's always incidents like this. It's never stopping real crime. Ever, 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 ever. The point is surveillance and misery, not fucking stopping crime. No actual humans looking at this, honestly, could think it was a legitimate threat. See how dangerous Big Brother watching is? That woman could have died. Get one of them itchy trigger finger fucking badges in her face. Every interaction with law enforcement could result in your death. Every single one. Never forget that. I'm not going to read the rest. I think you get the point. If you use Snapchat, I wouldn't use it anymore. No matter what they say. Trump is mad that other people are making money from his illegal, fraudulent, treasonous market manipulation, so he's charging them for it. Institutional corruption in broad daylight. There is no law and order. That's Jim Stewartson. He's talking about Donnie's 100,000 if you want to look at my posts before the rest of the world sees them. So you can bet on the market before they do. Bessent is in panic mode. He intervened to support the yen to prevent Japan from selling even more U.S. assets. Japan is selling treasuries. If major companies sell U.S. treasuries, we're fucked. He joined Japan in a massive coordinated intervention. But instead of selling USD, the U.S. sold euros. To keep this war going, the U.S. has to bail out major holders of U.S. assets to prevent them from selling, especially treasuries, what I just fucking said. The U.S. simply can't afford this war, which is why it only escalates when markets are closed. I heard the war's cost $151 billion so far. That's your money. You're a goddamn dumbass. Donnie's spending it like water. Do you know what $151 billion could have done for you and me and this country? I don't think you do. Oh, Donnie posted this as evidence of the reflecting pool vandalism. It's obviously a maintenance worker with a long pole doing some type of maintenance on the pool. And this is Donnie's big evidence that someone vandalized it. And I hate you. Because Donnie's a goddamn psychopath who's taking us all to the abyss, and none of us can stop him. Sue for defamation. Everyone who was arrested and Mr. Hearn. Sue for defamation. This maintenance worker should sue for defamation. Flock surveillance cameras are actually horrible for fighting crime. FBI data shows. Yeah, I knew that way before the first study was done. I didn't notice any decrease in crime. I didn't notice any decrease in stolen cars. Atlanta, Georgia has experienced far and away the largest influx of ALRPs, that's the cameras, in the country, with over 5,000 various flock cameras now blanketing the city. Jesus, just in Atlanta, there's 5,000 fucking cameras. Yet, as bombshell data released by the FBI shows, the city's massive web of surveillance has had virtually zero impact on the Atlanta Police Department's ability to solve crime. That's everywhere, not just Atlanta. So, little children, think now. If it's not stopping crime, then what was the point of it? Guess what the wrong answer is? To stop crime. Guess what the right answer is? To look in your daughter's goddamn window. Forever. There are no marks like the American marks. Already over, too late to stop it, I'm sorry. I yelled for 10 years begging you not to, so did a million other people. You knew better, son. A Kansas police chief used flock license plate readers to track his ex-girlfriend 164 times and her new boyfriend 64 times over 4 months, and these people had no idea. Can you imagine? He's a chief, too, son, not just a little grunt patrolman. They're all doing it. I told you for every one, 1,000 more. In management, too. Hey, the vice president of Flock was looking at a girl's gymnastics room for a test. He was spying on his ex and her new man 164 times. Son, I swear to you, I bet my life on it. If there could be an honest study done, I bet the numbers would come back. Majority use for flock technology is people in authority stalking people. I guarantee it. They keep proving it. Shit, this one cunt 164 times. He was stalking his ex and the fucking man. He had no fucking clue. He dating this woman. He don't know. He got a police chief fucking wanting to murder him, looking for the right opportunity. I'm not kidding in the goddamn slightest. Why do you think he was looking all the time? Cop could make it happen too. And walk away scot goddamn free. What the fuck you think he was doing? 164 times. Just checking for fun? You wish, motherfucker. This is insane. National debt just hit 40 trillion. I fucking hate you. That's bankruptcy. We're goddamn bankrupt. You understand that? Donnie stole the treasury. You understand that? And the empire's being liquidated, all 250 years of it. 40 trillion. More money than God has. That's the Donnie Shitbags effect. And before you retort, genius, look up what percentage of the debt Donnie's responsible for from term 1 and term 2. And you'll be horrified and you'll realize you're a fucking idiot and you've doomed us all. Okay, asshole? Before you make your argument based on Fox News. Wait till you see the percentage, son. You don't even want to know. And I fucking hate you. 40 trillion. That straight up means we are bankrupt. I hope you understand that. Consequences of voting. Voting has consequences. Who you pick to lead this monstrosity has consequences. The consequences of your idiocy and your monstrosity in orange face It's the goddamn end of the empire in the world. I'm taking another break. And I hate you. No, you know what? Let me move and I'll take my break over there. I like that spot better. I know you thought it was a game. WWF, Honey Boo Boo, Own the Libs, all them clever slogans and ideas that Vlad gave you. And the right-wing grift machine gave you. And 4chan. And Hair Lip, what's her name? Lib's a TikTok bitch. Manly bitch. Got a 5 o'clock shadow right goddamn now, son. That shit was all so funny and great, wasn't it? Wait till the fallout's over your neighborhood, son. That's what I know that you don't know. And it's why I hate you again. That's the game you all played, we all played. Do we want nuclear Armageddon or not? That was the choice we had every election. We could vote for a psycho, WWF theater, no policy, right-wing grift machine, Nazism. We could vote for that. Or we could vote for policy and progress and a future for the empire. Unfortunately, you voted for the opposite. And I promise you, swear to you, I'll tap it out in granite like a caveman. That's how certain it is that it's all over. So when I hate you, when I say I hate you, I don't say it for fun. Of course, it sounds cool. I say it because it's all over, and that's because of you, directly. Millions of you. Okay. Okay, Malcolm Nance again with his assessment of the fake invasion, Moroccan invasion of Spain. Utterly orchestrated fucking fake event. I told you this is a coordinated campaign to use immigrant warfare by Trump to reward Morocco for the Abraham Accords and to punish Spain for not joining the Iran war. The truth is going to come out on exactly who encouraged 60,000 men to storm Quetta and why 77 of them had to die for a campaign video for Trump. That is what they're responsible for. This was clusterfuck. And Bibi and Donnie and the King of Morocco made it happen. For that little stunt, 77 people are fucking dead, and I guarantee there's more than that. I saw pictures of guards on the Moroccan border ready to hit people over the head with rocks, trying to come back because they were lied to. And they were used so a bunch of old goddamn criminals could have a fucking talking point for their takeover of the world. So when these events happen and are found to be fake, remember, people died, son. Gen 6. People died for that action, son, for Donnie to get his way. Again, for any cunt to defend him in any way, shape, or form after those things took place, fuck you and die. I will not hear it. For I am not of Satan as you are. Never was, son. Ever. Why, I never even took a second look at the right wing, motherfucker. Not once. Because I ain't of Satan and you is. That's the goddamn difference. 77 had to die for the King of Morocco, Donnie, and Bibi's little stunt. On top of all the other deaths they're responsible for. They're goddamn mass murderers. It's that fucking simple. Oh, the reason Malcolm's saying that, Massey says the House greenlighted the transfer of Spanish territory to Morocco 2 weeks before the crisis. The crisis. You mean the manufactured invasion by a bunch of war criminals and mass murderers? That 77 people had to die, and I guarantee that number's higher now. Makes it a bit obvious when 2 weeks prior a whole Morocco-Spain thing happened in the United States government, doesn't it, assholes? Yeah. The U.S. has made a last-minute peace offer to Iran through Qatar, and Iran is now reviewing it per initial reports. Iran is highly likely to reject the offer, which means this is another taco. This is last night. At the end of the day, after all the big talk by Donnie, the big bombings are going to happen. Hey, you want to make peace? I know I threatened to nuke you a couple hours ago and all day, but no, they don't want to make peace. Why would they make peace with a liar who reneges on every handshake, every deal? Why the fuck would they want to do that? When they won, son. The last post of the evening will prove they won again. So at the end of the day, after 2 days of saying he's going to bomb the fuck out of them, mentioning World War II, mentioning nukes in a roundabout, hey, you want to make a deal? Get Axios to print it up. Again. That was last night. Iran has forced U.S. forces to withdraw from Kuwait and Bahrain. This is this morning. I saw this. Following weeks of constant Iranian missile attacks, more bases abandoned by the mighty U.S. Army, U.S. military, whoever. and the bases in Jordan, and Bibi sitting on the sidelines. It seems something has happened. Something is happening. It seems the tide is utterly turned. It seems Bibi and Donnie have stepped in a huge pile of shit that goes up to their neck. And they lost to Iran. Straight up. And Iran, like I've been saying for months, they get stronger every day. Iran's strategy that made the withdrawal happen is to force the U.S. as far away from Iran as possible. Again, one of their demands was the U.S. has to get out of the Middle East. Everywhere. Son, they doing it. Donnie didn't have to concede or make that concession. Donnie's doing it because of Iranian fucking missiles. Out of the Gulf, Syria and Iraq, and having them hold up in Israel and Jordan. Interesting. It's working. That's where they moved to. Which is where the U.S. forces came under heavy Iranian fire in recent weeks, with hundreds of public figures signing a letter demanding immediate American withdrawal. That forced repositioning to Jordan has let Iran strike U.S. soldiers more effectively. Killing 3 U.S. soldiers, it did work. Iran got the U.S. to set up in Jordan, abandon the other area, so they'd be closer. And it worked, and they killed American soldiers. And Donnie and Pete are fucking morons. I told you long time ago, before the first bomb dropped, they would come across somebody smart. I didn't think it'd be this bad. I thought it'd be one operation where, a couple hundred soldiers died. U.S. soldiers. Or a carrier gets sunk or something embarrassing like that. That's what I meant. I didn't know a country was going to straight up beat us in war and Israel at the same time. Holy fuck. So the plan worked. They herded America into a certain area, and then they got some of the soldiers. And they still doing it. They running the show here, not Bibi, not Donnie. That's obvious now. This is insane. And it will lead to Donnie or Bibi getting real pissed off and hitting that button. Because this nut cannot be cracked. I don't know if you noticed. Iran directly rejects Trump's new claim that Iran has asked for a deal and seeks to agree to it by reopening the strait, saying there's no agreement. Adding the U.S.-backed Qatari proposal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz is false. Israeli Channel 12 claimed that Iran Arakchi accepted the deal is also false. Iran says the strait remains fully closed under any circumstances, with passage only through the designated route with IRGC Navy permission. No changes have been made to Iran's policy. Iran adds every U.S. threat is treated as real, with Iran not backing down and instead using Trump's ceasefire period to raise combat readiness and strengthen deterrence. Another thing that's changing. As Donnie and Bibi tell their lies every day, Iran's going on the offensive and straight up attacking. And no one's doing shit. Because Bibi too scared to bomb. Because he'll lose more of Israel in a New York fucking minute, worse than before. The tide is utterly turned. That's the Donnie shitbags effect. Donnie can have the greatest military in the world and have an ally like Israel with the greatest weapons that were given to them by us and still lose. He can have an empire more than twice the size of Iran and still lose. The Donny shitbags effect. Iran's IRGC is considering launching preemptive strikes as Iranian officials are aware of Trump's political vulnerability. Yeah, they've already done some preemptive shit. I'm amazed they're not hitting Israel. They have their dream scenario because they sure claim to hate the Israelis. They got them vulnerable right now. They know they could do major damage, and they're not doing it. But they have that card. They could play at any time. Donnie as well. They can attack America as well over there. And Donnie really can't do much. He can defend it. If they start raining missiles again, no. The priority is the U.S. assets, not Israel. Because the U.S. is low too. Amazing. Thousands of Israeli troops were on maximum alert this weekend following U.S. warnings of a pending strike on Iran's infrastructure, only for Trump to cancel the op at the last minute. Israeli security officials are now extremely angry at Trump and strongly criticize the abrupt cancellation, the second within a week, saying that unpredictable U.S. decision-making severely undermines Israeli operational planning and preparedness. Israel ain't doing shit right now. They're too scared to. They want Donnie to do it, but if Donnie expends more ordnance and Iran, shoots back, then they got to expend more defensive ordnance, and that's even less to protect Israel. So, Bibi, I'd be careful what you wish for, son, because the next round of Iranian missiles, and they got plenty, could be really devastating if Donnie goes ahead. And the United States military has already said, yeah, we got to prioritize us before Israel now because we're low. And I know Israel is low. Or Bibi be bombing right now. That tells me all I need to know. So careful, Bibi. Your dog might get Israel all fucked up. A U.S. House report declares Spain's Ceuta and Melilla as Moroccan territory, a first for the U.S. Congress, drafted by a top Rubio-Trump ally and sitting inside a bill that funds Israel, so you know why that invasion of 60,000 magically happened, okay? Bibi, Donnie, King of Morocco. This is Donnie's post regarding his latest taco because he's low on missiles and he's worried all Tel Aviv will get wiped off the map. The USA is locked and loaded and ready to go against the Islamic Republic of Iran. Really, Donnie? At levels of military terror, strength, and power, and those are all capitalized. The first letter. Not seen since World War II. What does that mean, little children? What does that literally, specifically, exactly mean? His mention of World War II there. What happened in World War? How did World War II end? Well, it ended with nukes in Japan. That's how it ended. So, when Donnie brings up World War II, he's saying, I'm going to nuke Iran. He doesn't want to say it outright because you'll goddamn impeach him. So he says it by mentioning World War II. You and Donnie think that's funny to threaten nuclear Armageddon or nuclear war against another nation. I don't. And it's not a light threat. It's not a little threat. It ain't nothing to joke about. It ain't nothing to grift on. It ain't nothing to threaten. It's disgusting. And it's the doom of us all. And don't worry, you'll get your wish. Your fat, shitty Antichrist will shoot one off. Don't worry. It's obvious that's where this is going. They got no idea what to do, and they get weaker every second because Donnie got operations going around the world. He can't maintain all that. Let me just read this piece of shit. He mentions World War II because he's directly threatening Iran with a nuke. That's why he said that. Despite this, we have just been asked by Iran and other Middle Eastern countries to hold off any attack in the perimeters of a deal parameters of a deal has been agreed to. Moron wrote perimeters, or the AI did instead of parameters. We've heard this lie about 100 times in the past 6 months that Iran called him up at the last second. Here we are again. Groundhog Day, and I hate you. This would include the immediate, complete, and total opening of the Hormuz Strait and to Iran's nuclear threat. Based on this request, I have agreed for the future benefit of the world and likewise the survival of a successful and prosperous Iran to cancel the attack, subject to being able to rapidly make a deal. I'm not going to read anymore. The same lie we've heard a million times. Iran didn't call him. They didn't ask for a deal. This is complete fiction, the whole entire thing. Part of a grift. That people died for, again, by the way. He's grifting on the bodies of those he has killed in this war. Children are in that group that he has killed. So he can grift the stock market. Soldiers as well. The Moroccan government used its own population in a hybrid warfare campaign against Spain during the mass invasion of the Spanish enclaves of Ceuta and Melilla. Now that operation has been wound down, Moroccan nationals attempting to return home are being attacked and pelted with stones by Moroccan border guards because they don't want to remain in Spain. Footage shows Moroccan border guards throwing stones at Moroccan nationals. Stones is a weak way to put it. Do I have the picture here? I don't think I have it. No, I didn't include. Oh, there it is. Son, if this ain't the end, it'll sure do till the end gets here. Almost a boulder. I don't want to know how that ended up. They use these men in some operation for a talking point. At least 80 of them are dead. They try and flee back to their nation. They get executed. Yeah, it's the apocalypse. All for a talking point. Eight Evansville Police Department employees are facing disciplinary action for misusing Flock. There's 8 more officers that represent thousands stalking people with Flock. That's the majority use, I am sure. Not to solve crime or stop crime. It's not doing any of that. Tracked through her network of policing cameras. Here's yet another story from the Washington Post. She left her ex. He secretly tracked her through a network of policing cameras. Well, we know what those are. Flock's array of license plate cameras was built to fight crime. No, they weren't. Never. That was never the idea, never the intent. The chip they were trying to hawk you in 1979, IBM. Yeah, that wasn't for any good purpose either. That had very nefarious intent. And they about to get it in you very soon. It only took them, 46 years from 1979. Well done, jerk-offs. But at least 50 law enforcement officers were charged with or accused of misusing it and other systems. Look, the majority use, I'm certain now by what I'm seeing day after day, the majority use of Flock is police officers, police chiefs, Flock vice presidents stalking little girls, stalking people they want to rape, stalking their exes, etc. Stalking people they may want to get in a nice position for retribution. Hence the long-term monitoring. Majority use of this 1984 dystopian surveillance state run by Mr. Garrett Cunt Langley, the most prolific peeping Tom at your daughter's window that's ever walked the earth. And don't worry, the police didn't all of a sudden start caring about justice. They're doing this to save the surveillance state, to save the beast system, so you don't dismantle it before it gets up and running. Already mostly up, by the way. Very little left to go. Unlike Saudi Arabia, where Crown Prince MBS held a call just hours before Trump canceled his massive attack, the UAE is lobbying Trump in recent days for far more decisive action against Iran. Let me stop there. Why is UAE so pissed? Why do they want Donnie to keep bombing? Because of Dubai. Iran has made Dubai a ghost town. Do you know how much money was lost in that process? You don't want to know. The UAE is pissed, and they want Donnie to handle it, and he is not handling it. Suggesting the U.S. should take immediate control of Hormuz, yeah, that ain't gonna fucking happen. Carry out harsher strikes, that ain't gonna happen. Start a major ground op, that really ain't gonna happen unless you want 2,000 dead American troops. Gulf countries are frustrated with the lack of clear strategy from Trump. Yeah, they all made deals with him. Now they all have fucked up infrastructure, and they're all losing money hand over fist because Donnie has Iranian missiles raining down on their countries. As the war drags on, subjecting their territories to frequent Iranian attacks while Patriot interceptor stocks are critically low and without guarantee of protection. Yeah, we saw this early on. All the Middle Eastern states were getting all pissed off like, hey, we just made these deals with you. Now we got Iranian missiles raining down on our infrastructure and we can't stop it. Are you going to stop it for us? Nah, fuck you. That's what they got. Then they moved towards China. Now they're begging Donnie to handle it again. It's over. Iran won the war. They beat the entire Middle East. They beat Israel. And they beat America. And they run the show now. And there ain't a fucking thing Bibi can do about it. Donnie, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Jordan, none of them. Iran directly rejects Trump's new claim Iran agreed to end its nuke program and open the strait as a complete lie, saying it's a desperate attempt to manipulate the market. Yeah. Iran adds it has not requested any halt to the planned attacks and that it was purely Trump who chose to stop them with false claims. No, Iran made Bibi and Donnie stop by depleting their defensive missile capability. And Iran knew we'd get here, and so did I. Again, when I started seeing headlines, 5, 10 interceptors for every one cheap Iranian missile. Can't keep that going forever again, son. This ain't Missile Command. This ain't a video game. There needs to be real missiles built and delivered. Everyone's low. The Middle East, the U.S., and Israel. Iran wins more every day, and their position gets stronger every day. What does that mean? That means Donnie's going to get pissed and hit the nuke button one day, most likely. That's what that fucking means. All the bombing in the world is not doing anything. Donnie just mentioned, I want to nuke him again for, I don't know, the 5th time. One of these days he's going to do it. There's no other way to get through this impasse. Texas now leads the country in the number of sex offenders with 75,710. Of course, a traitor state. Texas is disgusting. And I don't mean every citizen of Texas. You know what I mean. This is what Abbott and Paxton have done to your state. You got the most sex offenders in the nation. Funny, so many traitors come from Texas. And you got the most pedos, too. Isn't that interesting? There's a link there. Wouldn't you say? I would. Obvious one, too. The shooter at the In-N-Out Burger in Twin Falls, Idaho is dead. Oh, yeah, there was a shooting today. I forget with all the other Adolf Hitler news. Have patience as Kash Patel figures out what to engrave on the bullet casings. Yes, it was 2 white males, 1 or 2 AR-15. Same old goddamn story we always get. Mass shooting at In-N-Out Twin Falls, Idaho leaves 3 dead, 7 injured. Gunman is dead. Some of the injured are in critical condition. According to a Facebook post from his daughter, one of the victims is Terry Dudley. And that's all I got. I don't want to go too deep into it. When you look at the pictures, again, another white guy with an AR-15. This is why these weapons should be banned. It's the mass shooting weapon of choice. I will not entertain any argument to keep that weapon on the street. Why? Because I care about your kids more than you do. That's why. A Moroccan border guard throwing a stone at a Moroccan to keep him from returning to Morocco. Throwing a stone. It looks like a boulder to me. It looks like that man's about to get killed. And I'm sure many were killed. I already showed you the picture. Donnie posted this today. Him in a civil war or rebellion type old school war. And he's the leader and he's got the gun in his hand and he's yelling and makes mean faces. And it's evil as fuck and there's Satan all over it. It's a short video he posted today. AI rendered, of course. And here's one scene from it. You know, so you can be real clear what your doom looks like. President of the United States posted that. Always fire and brimstone in the background. Donnie, I see you're into that. You're going to spend eternity there, so it's fascinating you keep putting it in the background of all your pictures. Another shot of it. Old style soldiers with the muskets. Donnie shitbags who never served dares render himself in a military uniform from any era. Another shot of it. Hey, he threw rocks at babies and got sent to military school, though. Does that count? No, that doesn't count. Another shot. Donnie's a great military leader who lost his first major war to Iran. Him and Bibi. They were so cocky about it, too. They still are, about their loss. Utter abject fucking loss, defeat, and failure. We had a whole surrender in Versailles to prove it. Yeah, well, look at this last one more time and just realize you're doomed. Fire, brimstone in the back, guys with muskets. Donnie's never served in the military ever. Never even thought about it. Calls them suckers and losers. But he's the Antichrist, so he needs, these wonderful, amazing photos of himself to make himself feel special. And he equates himself, with these great generals from those wars. He makes pictures of himself with Lincoln and Washington and on Rushmore. He equates himself with these people, even though he's achieved nothing remotely close to what they did. Wants the glory of Christ, wants the glory of the founding fathers, wants the glory of the Pope, wants the glory of Elvis, wants the glory of Atlas, wants the glory of a patriotic general. Donnie, I got a question for you. Why do all your pictures have like demonic angels or hellfire in the background? What's up with that, Donnie? Are you like the Antichrist or something? Just 10 minutes before Futures, this was tonight, Shortly before I came on, actually, I think, just 10 minutes before futures market open, Trump has claimed there's a deal on Hormuz and there will be a deal on denuclearization, with the U.S. talking them in the form of negotiation and Iran negotiations to begin Monday afternoon. All fiction, every word of it, for the millionth time. Iran continues to reject any negotiations with the U.S. and launched anti-ship cruise missiles toward a ship just a few minutes ago after Donnie announced this. That was the response. Every time Donnie does this, he shouts from the mountaintops to Iran, to the leadership, I'm in a vulnerable position. And you are in control. That's what Donnie shows the Iranians every time he does this. Why did Donnie do this? Shortly before futures opening, which is Sunday night. Manipulation of the stock market on the backs of the dead bodies he has killed in this war. Add 77 Moroccans to that total as well, because Donnie responsible for that too. Add about 280 down the Caribbean and Venezuela. Donnie responsible for that too. Add a few hundred schoolgirls. Donnie responsible for that too. Almost like he's the Antichrist or something. That's what the grift is on the back of. Those dead schoolgirls, everybody else that's died, those dead soldiers. Not a stretch in the slightest, son. You wish it was. Then maybe you could live with yourself. U.S. stock market futures rise after Trump calls off strikes on Iran, says the deal is near, on the backs of all those dead schoolgirls. So him and Barron can make a few mil in the market, and him and his buddies can too. Every day, all day, happens fucking 4 times a week. Peace deal headlines are back. I'm not going to hold your hand when I say this, but the data centers are not for your dumb AI chatbot. They're for global mass surveillance system, and it starts with those cunting flock cameras, a person after my own heart. The adjectives and descriptive words they use reminds me of someone. Very well said. Yeah, those data centers are to log everything on us for all time. If you don't know that by now, you're a lost cause. Rick Wilson on Donnie's big announcement that we were going to nuke them, but they begged me not to. At the last minute. Again. Call up Axios. There's no deal. There will be no deal. Trump will be threatening them with the usual war crime adjacent crap in the coming week when he gets bored again. Yeah. Exactly. Once he gets frustrated, he'll be back to threatening nuclear war again. And then it'll be right before market open or close or whatever. They want a deal. They called me up. Axios printed it for the 9 millionth time in 6 months. Satan's Groundhog Day. I hate you. Rick's spot on. There will be no deal. And Donnie will be back to nuclear threats a day. Tomorrow morning. End of market tomorrow. Around 5 p.m. Same fiction, groundhog, satanic Groundhog Day, man. Iran's IRGC has just launched an anti-ship cruise missile from Sirik towards the Strait of Hormuz, with the likely target being an oil tanker sent by the U.S. that switched off its AIS an hour ago. You think Iran ain't watching, son? You think you can just switch off your transponder and sneak through with a fucking 5-mile-long boat? You best stop listening to Donnie and Pete. Lest you want your $4 million boat at the bottom of the ocean, son. Sounds like that may have happened, actually. This comes as Trump simultaneously claims just minutes ago there's a deal, and there will be a deal on denuclearization, with new Iran negotiations beginning Monday. All fiction. And Iran's answer was, yeah, we're going to hit that boat you just tried to sneak through. Fuck you. That's our response. Because we run shit here. You don't. We want, asshole. We dictate terms, not your fat ass. I know, you and the ghoul thought you would just take it all. I know. Fuck you. This is Donnie on the plane tonight or today. Love these shitty plane interviews. Always love those. I was asked by Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, and Iran. We were all set to go just about this time right now, and it would have been a massive attack. We were all set to go, but when our allies asked to call it off, you sort of have to say, well, let's see. Wait a minute. I thought Iran called. Now you're saying the allies called. Keep your lies straight, Donnie. I know it's hard, but damn. And the reason they ask is they think there's a deal. There's a deal on Hormuz, and then there will be a deal on the nuclear, or you might call it the denuclearization of Iran. I call it the denuclearization of Iran. Filibustering, always. Just talking the talk. No actual words, or no actual progress being made. Just circular talking. Also known as filibustering. So we had an attack plan that would have been the biggest attack since World War II. Again, that's the nuclear threat right there, and that's all that means, son. Don't try and explain it to me. That's literally what that means, and he's threatened nuclear Armageddon on these people 3-4 fucking times. I do not take that lightly. That's a madman that needs to be locked the fuck up in a padded fucking room before we all end up dead. It would have been disastrous for them. They didn't want us to do it, and frankly, Saudi Arabia didn't want it either. I thought a deal was imminent. No, all fiction. No one called him whatsoever. You know why he called it off? Missile shortage. A tanker has been targeted by Iran northeast of Qasab, Oman, with the UK MTO officially confirming the incident. The most likely target was the tanker Velis Amber, attempting to pass through the southern route in the strait under U.S. cover more than an hour ago. The southern route is not open, Iran said. Then they confirmed that with the missile that hit your boat. Why any of you with those boats listen to Donnie, I don't fucking know. Maybe you're desperate. You're coming up on a deadline. You need the money to come in. I don't know, but you're either going to hit a mine or you're going to get hit with a missile or a drone. And you're not a naval ship. You have no defense. So, not a good idea. Iran runs that strait. They have proven that in the 6 months. Again, why any boat would disobey or try to turn off the transponder, man. They're watching every inch. They got it mined. They're not playing with this. And it's working, by the way. I don't know if you noticed. Donnie in the plane again. With Intel, I made $75 billion. Notice he said I. Again. I didn't make it for me. I made it for the country. Yeah, sure, Donnie. Sure. Like the tariff money, right, Donnie? Your favorite word? Well, since Donnie put it that way, I'm going to straight up assume that that money's going to Donnie. Because the opening of the statement was, I made $75 billion. Then he caught, oh shit, they might notice the grift. They might get on to me. We've been on to you forever, Donnie. People just don't stop you. I didn't make it for me once he caught what he said. I made it for the country. Did you see any of that $75 billion? That's a big number too, son. That's a big lie to tell. Whatever the actual number is, it went right in Donnie's fucking pocket, and he just proved it. Oh, that's also communism, by the way. All you jerk-offs that love to throw the word socialism and communism around every 3 seconds and then promote it. You're the communist. I told you that a long time ago. You're the fascist, the communist. You're a bitch of an antichrist is taking percentages of companies. I told you that would happen before the election when I was warning the oligarchy. I said, Vlad just takes companies, son. What you gonna do when Donnie just takes your company? Nothing. Just like you did when Vlad took your company, right, Google? Right, adjudicated criminals? Had to close up shop, right? Just took the business. You actually went through that. I begged you not to do it again, and you voted for it, made it happen again. I don't think it will end well, Google. Good luck, son. Reporter, you said the anti-weaponization fund is back on the table. You mean the stealing $1.8 billion fund that Donnie wants? Because that's what it should be called. There's never been an attack on any group of people in this country, in my opinion. If they don't approve Todd, I'd put it back on the table. A lot of people like it. A lot of Trump supporters like it. No, they don't. Donnie's shouting from the mountaintops for the 90th time in about 2 weeks. He really wants to steal another 1.8 billion from you to give to himself. He's already said he would, and his friends. That's on top of all the other money he stole from you, by the way, Marx. He keeps telling you. Donnie posted this, him sitting next to George Washington and Abraham Lincoln signing something. They all have a feather pen in their hand. I hate you. This picture, again, will make quite clear that we're all goddamn doomed. Donnie's a psychopath, a sociopath, who wants the glory of George Washington, the glory of Abraham Lincoln. That's why he brings his name up all the fucking time. The glory of Christ, the glory of the Pope. He's rendered himself as all these people, puts himself on Rushmore with Washington and Lincoln. I hate you. He's not a psycho at all. Obama did this all the time. He posted himself with Lincoln and Washington and shit. Right? Obama sent those mass murderers out to shoot people in the face and the back. Obama started a war with Iran and lost for Israel. Obama made his own Obama gold card. Nah, that was Donnie. If it was Obama, you'd want his head. That's why you're a goddamn hypocrite who believes in nothing who's going to burn. Ron Filipkowski, good to know after a tough weekend on the golf course, the president is back at work, laser focused on improving the lives of Americans by resuming his deranged AI marathon. No, never thinks of Americans. Donnie's been dreaming of being a Napoleon or Adolf Hitler his entire life. That is Donnie's #1 priority. Grifting and realizing his Hitler dreams. That's what Donnie's doing. So the priority was never you, little child. It was his dreams of being Adolf. Trump just told reporters on Air Force One that he called off the attacks on Iran because a deal on the Strait is imminent and ultimately the denuke. Minutes later, Iran's IRGC launched an anti-ship cruise missile at a U.S.-backed oil tanker. That you can't true social your way out of hostile missile fire. Trump's endless bluffing is making America look weaker and more humiliated by the Yap, and Iran sees that. Every time Donnie backs down, they see Bibi on the sidelines. They know. They see generals in the military saying, we don't got enough missiles no more. They notice more of their missiles are hitting. They read that and they understand that they control the situation and they can even preempt attacks now. And the final nail is this, and we're at the end. And this is the proof of everything I've been saying for weeks. Why we are where we are at right now. With Bibi afraid to bomb, and the Saudis afraid to bomb, and everybody's afraid to bomb Iran all of a sudden. They were all about it a minute ago. Reporter asked Donnie on the plane, take a look at him. He's the end of your nation and the world. Get a good look. Does Iran have a deadline? Trump. No. We'll just see how it is. There was always a deadline before little children's. Remember? 2 weeks, a week, 48 hours. Deadline after deadline. Always a deadline with this stuff. Son, listen to me real careful. We are at the point in the war that Bibi been begging for 40 years. And that Bibi and Donnie started. And boy, was they cocky. We are at the point where everyone's low on missiles except for Iran. And the Israelis are too scared to bomb Iran right now. They are trembling. One more Iranian barrage. And they're fucked. The Middle East, Saudis, UAE, etc. One more Iranian barrage. And they're fucked. Hence, none of those countries bombing Iran right now. The United States, low on missiles, can't defend Israel. And afraid to bomb because of the Iranian response. Donnie, for the first time, it's so dire, it's so out of hand. Donnie lost so strongly. He don't even give him a deadline no more. What does that ultimately mean? What am I trying to say? We went from carpet bombing that country, and by we I mean Bibi and Donnie and the Reich, daily. Talking about we're going to hit him harder every single day. Pete Hegseth up at the post. We're going to hit him the hardest since the beginning of the war we ever hit him. Donnie again, all these months later, we're going to hit him harder than ever. It's going to be like World War II. Yet he didn't do it. And now again, what really proves everything I'm saying, Iran don't even have a deadline now. In other words, what the little child Donnie is saying, whether he realizes it or not, Iran completely, totally, and utterly dictates this situation. That's what Donnie just said right there. To the point the Emperor of Rome cannot even bomb them or even give them a deadline. And the real point, we went from Israel and America carpet bombing Iran, talking shit every day, to the United States is afraid to bomb. Israel's afraid to bomb. The Jordanians, UAE, the Saudis, all afraid to bomb Iran. All afraid to piss Iran off. You got Israel and the UAE because of Dubai begging Donnie to do it. They shouldn't be. Because if Donnie does it, more rains of missiles down on Dubai and down on Israel. Are you people crazy? I know you want to win. You want to see the Iranians go away so bad. I know, I get it. But if you keep pushing Donnie and he does it, well, then the missiles come back on you, and you don't have the missiles to stop them now. Again, the moguls in Dubai and the UAE royal family, whatever the fuck they are, and Bibi, you best be real careful what you wish for, son. And if Donnie hits them with a nuke, they just gonna hit the launch button on everything. And you ain't stopping that. Never forget what Donnie said here. We at the point where the entire Middle East and Israel, who've been begging for this for 40 years, and America are all afraid to bomb Iran. Does Iran have a deadline? Nah, we'll just see how it is. Yeah, I bet, Donnie, because you can't do fuck about it. I thought you had all the cards, son. What happened? Look, we lost this war a long time ago. These desperation bombings do nothing. Now we could go through this song and dance another 6 months. It won't change jack fuck. Iran will still be controlling the strait at the end of it and dictating terms. And there'll be even less interceptor missiles to stop Iranian missiles and drones. They're also getting helped by China and Russia because they really despise Donnie right now. And to Vlad, Donnie's nothing but a dog to walk on. We fucked. There's only one place for this to go. That's escalation. We got a man threatening to nuke these people once a week. Got a man flying around in a rage because he can't just have his way and steal that toll bridge on the strait and steal their oil. That's what he really wants. He is furious. This whole thing blew up in his fucking face. It was supposed to be the Ghoul and Donnie and Pete Hegseth running the Suez Canal, running the Strait of Hormuz and charging tolls, and running the Panama and charging tolls. That's how it's supposed to go. Now our military has depleted munitions. Donnie still wants to invade half the world, and he can't even get out of Iran. And he's utterly lost the war, and so did Bibi. So did the Saudis, so did the UAE folks, who all wanted Iran to go away. Now Iran's a superpower. They dictate what happens in the Middle East, and no one can stop them. And again, I want to make this Bibi and Donnie afraid to bomb now. That is obvious. Iran has beaten these people. It's fucking incredible. I did not see that coming. So don't worry. I'm sure Donnie will drop a nuke at some point regarding this because there's no, again, it's a nut that can't be cracked. There's just nowhere to go. Donnie keeps trying to bomb him. Now we're at the point where Donnie's even afraid to bomb him, and he's not even given deadlines anymore. So Iran controls the situation. Donnie just proved it with what he said. Donnie also proved he's scared to bomb them. Bibi has proven he's scared to bomb them. The tide is completely turned, and Iran beat the fuck out of the U.S. and Israel and the Middle East straight up in war. You know what that's called, class? The apocalypse, World War III. It'll lead to Armageddon. But what it's really called, son, the Donnie shitbags effect. Pat yourself on the back. You put a guy in who just lost a war to Iran. Spent $151 billion, and that's again probably the short list. Because we all know it always costs more than they say. Imagine what 151 could have done for this country. Free healthcare. Anyway, I gotta go. Iran won, and they're getting stronger every second. And they got Israel and America afraid. to bomb him. Don't take the mark. It'll have shit on it because Donnie shits himself. Please hit the PayPal or use Zelle if you like. If you don't like PayPal, use the email at the top of the comment section. I will put there in a minute. Or use PayPal. I would really appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening. And go listen to Mr. Novoselic's wonderful music. And go listen to Lily's music again too. Damn you. Good evening.